All righty. Good morning, guys. This is Dr. Mo. And while I get myself up on TikTok, you know what? Let's just go live. I don't care what it says. All right, there you go. So, good morning. How are you? What kind of questions do you have? I'll give you a little bit of background. I'm Dr. Mo, and I founded a practice called Active Medical Solutions, lovingly called AMS for short. So AMS, we do a lot of GLP-1 prescribing and managing, right, which is a big difference. And we do lifestyle medicine. So that's what we do. I'm also a life coach and have a site called Dr. Mo Coaching. So after talking to the lawyer yesterday, it will be truly Dr. Mo Coaching across the board. Very simple process to get involved in that. So as one of my clients said, this is like life coaching on steroids. I'm like, yep. So if you want medical care, you go to amstelehealth.com. You can take a look at our states, see if you're there. If not, just ask here. We like to do lots of questions here in this live for an hour. And then the second hour is our Success VIP coaching. So what happens there is the calls are recorded and you get to ask questions, and it's not patient care. That's at AMS Telehealth, right? We do plenty of that. We also do a patient call for our patients. So we do lots of them, lots of community fun stuff. Thank you very much for coming. And feel free to like and share the live in case anyone else wants to see it. Why does it say this video is private? So hold on, please hold. I have a YouTube snafu. And I don't know how to fix it. Okay, so what do we got? Hi, Julie. How are you? Oh, I got Neil. Which is good. Oh, yeah, because whenever Neil's not here, I forget to do, and he's probably in the waiting room. Yeah, I love it. They're both in the waiting room because that's how I roll. Um, whatever. It's all good. And I can't seem to invite. Oh, there's Neil. Okay, there he is. Neil, why can't I see you today? I just have your face. Hi, Courtney.
Hi, there's Neil.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not working
No, the
today.
other day it was so cool. We saw Neil's face. It was amazing. I mean, I always see Neil's face, but all right, there we go. And I was just actually going to say, whenever Neil doesn't show up, I kind of forget to do the disclaimer. I think I did it in our patient meeting at like 7:55. I'm like, oh shit, don't forget. This is not a HIPAA compliant state. So,
Sorry,
hold up, make sure. Is that you or me? Okay.
that's me. Are you live on TikTok?
I am.
Okay,
You
let me
better.
try to join you.
Yes, we are. You lost 120 pounds with us. You are amazing.
Wow.
Love it.
It's
I
freaking great.
really, so, things that I wish in retrospect that I had done, right? This is, I should keep a note, but I don't know if my phone's got that much storage. I wish we would have done contests and fun things, and we can just add it in, but I wish I would have known, I wish I would have said oh, there we are. How many people, like, I wish we would have had like a big, like we lost the equivalent of like an F-150,
Yeah.
I think that would have been freaking amazing. So there we go. Now we got everybody. Everybody's on the
Okay.
TikTok.
And I muted TikTok, so we should be good.
I know. I'm like, and man on the Manjaro. I don't know what his name is now. I can't remember. But he's the one who showed me how to do this when you don't get a streaming key from TikTok. So I'm like, okay, thanks. Thanks for that.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely need that because
I
it's a
need
lot
it.
of technical stuff.
The echo is bad. Leslie, is it still bad now? Because it did for a second, and then we should be good now. Dave, thank you. Thank you. That's Dave, man on the Manjaro. Okay, good. Awesome. Yeah, so I just actually recorded a video that Neil, you left.
I'm here. Oh, it must kick me off.
Ah, okay, you came back.
Okay, hold on. I don't have you, Neil. All right. But I did a video this morning, just kind of cool weight loss thing. Oh, apparently I lifted heavy. Might be Neil because the echo's gone now.
Which is
All right.
weird.
I don't know. Neil, just keep TikTok up and It's not echoing without Neil. Neil, you're the problem. It's not me, it's you.
Things happen. Which is super weird because everything's off, but
I don't know. I don't get it. But I woke up this morning and I got out of bed. It's Julie said it's always Neil. I got out of bed and I, plotted. Tuesdays I can sleep in, so I do. And I plodded to the bathroom. And I realized for the first time, and it's probably been like this for a little bit of time, a year and a half at goal weight and with no processed food for 6 days so far, my feet don't hurt at all. Every morning when I got up, I would have my feet would hit the ground and it would be like pretty severe, nasty pain. Like it wasn't fun. And it was like, it's both feet. Like, it's not like, oh, it's a specific tendonitis. It's like literally like gravity is not my friend, And, but this morning I walked to the bathroom. I'm like, my feet don't hurt. Today is day 7. I really don't like when other people are right, but we knew it was coming.
you just thought it was age.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. I knew it was age. I know. I recorded my story the other day. You know how people keep asking me like to do a video on my story, and I recorded it and I'm like, I can't post it. I'm like kind of a weenie about it. I can do it in snippets and like pseudo safe spaces like this, like TikTok's a safe space, right? I hear you. Feel free to bash me. I had somebody bash me on YouTube yesterday. One of the YouTube comments. And I'll explain that in a minute because it was one of the things I wanted to address. And like parts of my story, I'm like, oh my God. But it's who I am, and I don't know. Just shit I gotta share, I guess. So it'll go out there. I'll do a video and I'll probably link from it. But yeah, so if you just joined, welcome. We are the founding members of Active Medical Solutions, which is a lifestyle medicine practice. We do a lot of GLP-1 work. We try to give back to the community by coming here. This is not a HIPAA compliant space. It's fun space, but it's not a HIPAA compliant space. Those two things almost never coincide. Just saying. Fun and
Not medical advice either.
Oh, it's not medical advice either. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, don't come to TikTok for your medical advice. And if you're our patient, you can text us any time of day and however many times you want, which is pretty nifty. If you want to be our patient, go to amstelehealth.com. And then there is a life coaching VIP hour after this. If you want to get that, go to VIPquicksignup.com. I'm 99% sure that's the website. Like that? Yeah, that's it. I'm like, okay. So yeah, part of my story, yeah, I'm 50 pounds down. And I actually thought this morning, I said, well, my feet don't hurt. And it took a year and a half. So am I surprised that my cholesterol's not perfect yet?
True.
Like, it doesn't happen overnight.
Yes and no. Like I'm not surprised it didn't, but if it did, I wouldn't be shocked anymore because of how fast some meds work.
True that. The metabolic repair from the GLP-1s is like insane.
Yeah.
So here's a question. Tell me what you guys think. Because we still have quite a few people out there, and I don't mean like on Reddit, on Facebook, our patients who are hell-bent on getting off these meds. Okay. If cost was not a factor, right? Because you could stay on a low dose of compounded for $150 a month. If cost was not a factor, why would people want to get off?
I think for some people, there's still that stigma of being on a medication. I don't want to be dependent on a medication. And then for other people, like if you read the studies, we know the long-term benefits. Like this is great. There's really no reason to come off of it. But there are a lot of people who have this fear of, but what if I take a medication for too long? What's going to happen if I'm on it for 5 years? We don't know yet. Well, we do. We do know what'll happen if you're on it for 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
20
But there's that fear of we don't know long term what this could happen.
And a lot of that's ignorance. And like you said, like we read the studies, we bat things around, we talk about these things incessantly to the chagrin of our families, I'm sure. And I know mine. And so we know that like all of these things, Leslie had a good point. I don't want to be without the help.
Mm-mm.
Like Neil always says, guess what? I'm wearing shoes when I go for a walk today. I'm using the tools that are available to me.
And I didn't make those shoes.
Right? I did not sew those shoes up with hide that I killed from the squirrel on my fence.
A triple T dad TikTok 71 minus 378 pounds.
Wow.
That's insane. If there's not supposed to be a decimal in there, that's crazy. No pain, but damage is done to his knees.
Yeah, I follow him. He's real. Like it's
That's
unbelievable.
insane.
It is
That's
unfriggin' believable.
wow.
I'm sorry, I don't see that number with bariatric surgery.
Not
No,
often.
no, you know what you do? You lose 200. You say that's a success because it's a stellar weight loss. And then you accept that as this is the way it's going to be. That's what happens. And maybe bariatric surgery, maybe triple dad, you started with bariatrics. I have nothing against it, but long term, we just don't see those results. Yeah, so 234 on meds alone. Now DS surgery, back on GLP-1 now.
Which is still insane.
Which is still it's perfect. But you know what that is though? That's a perfect use of tools and surgeries and management. Like that's an amazing use of medical management. Like it makes me a little giddy. Sorry. I get all excited. Doesn't take much. Because you're not. Oh, yeah, the live thing. Sorry, this is something that. Did you guys see the Eli Lilly ad?
No.
Mm-mm.
It was printed. First of all, the comments on Reddit were hilarious. Because it was printed in the New York Times. So let me see if I can find it real quick because I saved it. All right, here it is. I'm going to share it. So if you guys want to see this, what I'm showing, I'll read it out loud so you can hear it on TikTok, but go to watchdrmo.com. I'm going to share this option for a second. So, all right. So this ad says, we are making obesity medications, first of all. Okay. And I part of it I liked. Okay, don't get me wrong. We are making obesity medications, but no, not everyone who is taking them should be. I'm sorry. Okay, keep going. Just keep reading. We are making obesity medications, but no, we need to do everything we can to make sure those who need them get them. We are making obesity medications, but no, social media is no replacement for your doctor. I don't disagree. We are making obesity medications, but no, you and your doctor decide what's best for you. Correct. Not Eli Lilly. Thank you.
Or not your insurance company.
Or not your insurance company. We are making obesity medications, but want to ensure you are taking the real product. Okay, then make more. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to stop with the commentary. We are making obesity medications, but no, this is not about cosmetic weight loss. I'm going to really try hard not to get kicked off of TikTok right now. We are making obesity medications, but no, this is about health. I actually love the look on this woman's face. I love it. And they don't realize what they did there because, first of all, and the comments on Reddit were perfect. Wow, it was printed in the New York Times. I'm glad all the 4 people saw it. You know why I saw it? Because it was shared electronically. I'm like, thank you.
I saw it. I just didn't read it. There was more interesting stuff on Reddit the last couple of days.
Neil, don't go to those pages.
Oh, not that stuff. About a certain pharmacy and a certain online provider.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I'm really sad. What we're talking about is the issues with Hollandale Pharmacy and Mochi. So here, let's give a little background because I don't need to bash Eli Lilly. I still love Eli Lilly. You know why? Because it saved my life. So I just don't like that ad. And somebody's like, their PR team should get fired.
Well, they're trying to fix because they let everybody have Monjaro. They didn't care. I mean, they cared,
Yeah.
but they didn't care. They wanted it out there.
Yes, but look at what it did for everybody. It allowed
Mhm.
people who wouldn't qualify under FDA regulations, aka the government telling me what I can and cannot do, to get it, which I am forever indebted to Eli Lilly for this. By the way, look,
Mhm.
I'm getting a little deltoid over here. Look.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Anyway, little random things. There's my random thing of the day. And I'm working, because it's now I'm pissed off at Eli Lilly for not making a magic pill that like makes me all perfect. Whatever. But what the hell was I talking about? What were we talking about? We went from Eli Lilly, not
You're
passing
talking about
Eli.
Hallandale background.
So yeah, so let's kind of explain some things. So AMS, our practice is medical providers. Neil, can you throw our link in the
Yes.
TikTok? In the TikTok, we're like a doctor's office, but we're just here in our houses and in our backyard and in my office outside, which is what I do. Except this time of day, the sun's on my back. It's a little warm. But we are medical providers. We are not a compounding pharmacy. When people say you're compounded, all we do is we facilitate we order it because we get some pharmacies special pricing, but we need to make sure that patients aren't doing something squirrely. Because you're our patients, right? If you are our patients. If you're not, dude, go to amstelehealth.com and be our patient. But recently we've had some questions about that. We'll address those next, but we are not a compounding pharmacy. Mochi is not a compounding pharmacy. They do own a compounding pharmacy that they use primarily. Now, you're not allowed to, by law, you have to be allowed to pick, which is why we don't police really any of that. We say, here are the prices, here's who goes in your state. You choose what you want. We put the onus on patients. And sometimes patients don't pick the cheapest because they like a certain pharmacy better, which I'm liking Cypress a lot more than Axtel. Sorry, this is not sorry, Tom. It's not about that. It's just personally, it's just and it's really Link, I think. I think Link was the last one. Sorry, whatever. I just badmouthed Axtel for nothing.
But Link is super fast. So if you need your meds tomorrow,
fast.
Yeah.
Yes. So, that's a good point. Like there's always something. Like Link's really fast. Cypress, I freaking love the pharmacist. I talked to her for the longest time. I love her, It'll make me buy from them for $20 more or whatever. Not to mention, you want to know how much money I saved on food this freaking week?
Oh.
All the money. Do you want to know how hangry I am? I'm about to rip somebody's face off. Last night it got ugly. I got a little irritable. I was like, oh, I gotta go to bed. It was really bad. Yeah, and I literally had to take my kids' chocolate from the cruise and put it into a different thing, right? It's in my hand.
Mm.
I was like, bleh. So yes, Hopeful Mama, yes. Telehealth, you pick your pharmacy.
from the ones we have approved.
Right.
I think there's 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something happened the other day. And I was like, we work with them? Oh yeah, we do. Oh yeah, that's right. Because it's just information that now that we've done it, it's like, I don't know, you got to ask us. And did I get that website up? I did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You did.
This is a really good indication that I need to back the fuck down. That I'm doing too much because I couldn't remember that I got that website up. If you ask me what it is, I have no idea.
It's okay.
I can't remember what it is.
We got it.
I can find the link.
Yep.
I really don't know. Okay, that's okay. It's all right. I need to make a list of our websites and where everything goes. Oh Lord. Okay. So yeah, so apparently there was a statement that came out regarding Hollandale Pharmacy that wasn't correct. Is that what you guys heard?
Yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
saw.
So the stuff. So these are comments from Reddit. These are not my opinions. Is there's a lot of stuff that patients are a little upset with Mochi because they're steering them away from Hollandale and other pharmacies to Aquita. I don't know how you pronounce it. And a lot of people are not happy with Aquita because they're getting shorted, is what they say. And they ship their stuff instead of ice packs, they're using Otter Pops. So one, people are upset when their Otter Pop breaks and now they have green goo all over their product. I've seen a lot of pictures of that on Reddit. The other thing is they're like, I'm trying to diet and you're shipping me sugar water.
Oh shit.
So they're a little bit offended by that.
That wasn't a very good thought process.
No. And
No.
then when
Good
people,
pop, the good pops, like at least
Yeah.
it's pseudo healthy.
and then when people like message, and then other people are like have ordered and they're waiting on their medications, and Hallandale's not shipping them because they're saying like they owe us a lot of money. So until we get paid, we can't ship your medicine.
Oh no.
They're like they're really far behind. So that's what all the like that's what I get from threads and Reddit. And then people keep posting stuff like they'll like have a message thread with Hallandale, and they'll post their conversation with them. And so there's something going on. I don't know what happened there, but
Oh, and kind of much like I said, like I can't remember the website.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to be at the top of a company and not know a bunch of little details, right? So
Mhm.
that's what made me so sad. Not that Myra doesn't know what's going on, but that she said that out loud, because I still have a ton of respect for Myra. We always sent people to join Mochi.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a snafu, and maybe some stuff's being misunderstood,
Maybe.
which it would be great because perception is everything, right?
Well, see, with us at least, you can choose your pharmacy. We have lots of different prices in pharmacy. And if we had our own pharmacy, like our pharmacy might have the best price, but you don't necessarily have to use them.
Yeah.
Versus you're paying this, I think Mochi, you pay the same no matter what dose you're on. So it makes more sense for them to own their own pharmacy so they make more of a profit off the medications as opposed to paying, because they're still, I'm sure, paying like whoever, like when they use an ACA, they were still paying more for 15 milligrams dosing versus 2.5 milligrams. So they were making less money. With Aquita, whatever it costs them, which it sounds like it's very little for the product and manufacturing, they can make a pretty good margin.
Yeah. And that actually brings me to the next topic with us. Any idea when we'll service New Mexico? Courtney and I'll talk about that later because I think that was on her list.
Yeah.
So yeah, Courtney and I have to talk about we're going to talk about something else this week. It's on my list. It's out of my brain. It fell out. It's all good. There's
We'll
lots
get it.
of
We'll get
call it on here. You know what, Neil? We're just going to call it age. Part of it is age and part of it is I have no carbs. No, I don't have no carbs. Just
You have no preservatives floating around in you.
Yeah.
I know. I know. It's so sad. So sad.
And you took a much needed vacation and now it's like catch up time. So there's
Oh God.
lots flying
My
around.
brain up to speed is ridiculously slow. Yes, that's age, Neil. Maybe we'll just call it age.
I mean, you both are older than me, so that's okay.
Not much.
A day. All it takes is a day.
All it takes is a day. Well, I'm almost a damn decade, so leave me alone. Oh my God. So, so that's what I was going to say. All those embarrassing things in my story this is an embarrassing. So yeah, I'm 50. So yeah, I know. Thank you, Neil. I'm glad you guys on TikTok can't see this. Yes, I'm 50. And now I'm officially closer to 51 than 50. So it's like, damn it. Which, whatever, beats the alternative. Still having fun, still doing the fun things. So it's all good. But people were asking us what the issue was, like why we mark up our compounded medications. And that's something super important, I think, to address. One of my really hangry moments this week, I happened to be talking to Lena, and I'll tell you exactly what I said. See, there we go. I am not old.
That's right, Jenna.
But I was talking to Lena, and I was like, I'm softening this so I don't get in trouble. Screw the haters. Do they want me to raise prices across the board and then make compounding as is? Because we hire 8 people to do compounding orders. But much like, how you said, other companies will just do like a flat fee, which is a draw for people because when you're at the higher doses, it's cheaper. But I can't do that. I cannot morally do that. I can't do it. I can't do it because all of us are coming from the traditional medical model where people with insurance pay for people without, right?
Mhm.
So if we raise our prices and then lowered the markup for compounding, and the markup, it's a tech fee. It's called a tech fee because it's the technology and the staffing to process that order, get it in, keep our lines staffed and make sure everyone's good, And it's not all of our people. Like med spas double that shit. I want people to
Mhm.
stop
Uh,
complaining.
at least.
Right?
One of the girls that I work with who does like med spa type stuff, when she went on the medicine, she came to us because they won't even give her a discount or a deal. So paying my monthly fee and meds from me is cheaper than her going through them. And they mark theirs up at least double, probably
They,
triple.
well, and one of the comments that we got this week was, how can you mark up medicines? That's unethical. If you purchase anything at your doctor's office, if it's the cream for your face, if it is the vitamins that you take, if it is a glucometer, it is marked up. That it's not unethical. It's just the way business is done. There is a cost that you accrue for obtaining these things in the office. There is a cost affiliated with keeping records of all of these things. You have to account for that cost and cover for that. That's all there is to it.
And the interesting thing, there's a dog barking. I had to beat my dog. Um, when I need to say this correctly, when you order from us, we have a statement that states we pass through the fees to the pharmacy, which also includes $30 to $40 of shipping. That's not ours. We don't get it. That goes straight to them. Depending, most are up to 40 now, 40, 45. The other fee, it's in a brick and mortar office, you got to pay to keep the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay staff in person. I mean, you need to hire me to work for you in the evenings. It's funny. We're probably going to have to hire another VA, not for AMS, but we're going to have to do that for customer service for our EMR. I have somebody inquiring if they can use the EMR now. Like they're hunting us down now.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, kind of. Ain't no one got time for that. But we're gonna have to have 24-hour support then. But what I would do is I would pay for it from the EMR and help out AMS overnight. So then we get 24 hours of coverage. The trouble is we need 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. Nobody wants to work that. So anyway. That's the tough part, because we need that bridge, but it'll benefit AMS, but I can pay for it out of the other company until the other company's fully up and running. And then we can and then we can hire another assistant to do 24-hour coverage with AMS. Can you imagine? Like, that's my real goal, right? We have like 21 hours of coverage. Don't let me,
We're pretty close.
we're real close. We have like 21 hours of coverage on those text lines. So that's why people are like, I can't believe somebody got back to me at 3 a.m. or whatever time the coverage ends. I'm like, how we roll. Well, because all of us, I think, we're shift workers, or Amanda doesn't anymore because now she does women's health, but we all come from an emergency medicine background. So we're used to working shift work and we know what it's like. Like life isn't a cute little, sorry about this, but life isn't a cute little day job where, everyone can be like, when your doctor's appointments, well, we only have 8 to 5 and then 8 to noon on Friday. Well, that's super convenient for people who work during the day. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just bitching. No, I'm just bitching. Okay.
You don't
Hangry.
even need to go anywhere. You could like be on your lunch break at your job or sitting in traffic. Oh, I'm in a traffic jam. Let me order my meds.
Right. Well, yesterday, what happened? So I got a new car, right? Ordered it on Friday or Saturday, can't remember which day. And it was ready in less than 3 hours. I was like, this whole process has been very, very modern and disconcerting. It is literally like the asynchronous telehealth of buying a car. So then I'm on with Carvana yesterday because I'm gonna give them my old car because they offered me more than it's worth, or not more than it's worth, more than my payoff is. So I'm like, okay, take it. And I was like, I don't know how long this is going to take. It was going to take 60 days if I did it in a traditional fashion. So this is like regular medicine versus telemedicine, the way we do it. We do it very differently. It was going to take 60 days to pay it off, get the title, put the title in my name, and then transfer it to Carvana. And that's what I thought I had to do. With the middleman, literally yesterday, so this is where this comes from. I was on text and they said, do you want to text us? The wait's like an hour. Who cares if the wait's an hour on text? My phone's sitting next to me. So 10 minutes later, the guy hops on and says, hey, I'm a human. I'm like, hey, nice to see a human. And literally didn't give me his name. It was funny. I'm like, I didn't care what his name was anyway. And I said, I got to go to my phone because I was on my computer. I said, I got to go on my phone. He's like, do you want to call? Would that be easier? I'm like, And we went back and forth over text and they solved the problem. Like, it wasn't even really a problem. I screwed up. They wanted a certain document. I sent them the other one because I'm sensing a trend here. I was not being fully engaged. And so, but literally, like, it was done. It was done. And it was all asynchronous through both processes. And at AMS, the way we do healthcare is it is 99% asynchronous. So you can text us, like when you text us, it goes into one big bucket. And this is going to be so cool with the app. We're like this close. I still don't have that damn email to do the developer account. But it all goes into one bucket. And then our support staff, like when you walk into a front office, you don't walk into the doctor's private office. You walk into a front thing and say, what can I help you with? Do you need to pay your bill? Do you need to do this? It's like a phone menu kind of, but we have humans that take your concern and put it where it needs to be. And it's pretty freaking amazing, in my opinion.
Let me hit Hopeful Mama because she's in Georgia. So if you are in, let's say you vacation to one of our states that we have privileges in, we can start your care there. We have an established relationship and we can continue to take care of you when you go back to your home state.
That's an interesting, I'd never thought about that.
Because she's asking, how far come travel to see us and get started from Sylvester, Georgia. But yeah, if you have family that lives in Florida and you go visit for a week, hop on our website on your way there. And as long as we establish care while you're there, we're good to go.
Yeah, use their address to establish care.
Yeah.
Because that is your temporary address. That's what frustrates me about telehealth. Speaking of which, Maribel talked to a lawyer yesterday about she's gonna do her care, do care like we do, privately instead of through her current platform. And this lawyer told her she needed to open a physical office in every state she does telehealth.
She needs to find a new lawyer.
Yep, that's what I said. Like, here's her name. Here's who you need to call.
Yeah, we might have to check. Dr. Galdamez did some research on the dual state residency, so we need to be careful with our wording there.
Okay.
Yeah. So it may be a little more involved than that.
Yeah.
But like we have a lot of people who live on the Florida Georgia line and work in Florida or like have an office or a residence or like a friend that they stay at for, 1 week a month.
Truly prolonged staying there.
Yes, for like a prolonged stay or they're in that state or like, I live on the Florida Georgia line, but all of my doctors are in Florida, even though my residence says Georgia. Yep. We have some like that in Oklahoma as well. But per the research, I think it needs to be a little bit more than like
visitation.
Yeah.
We don't have Oklahoma.
No, we don't have
the
Oklahoma.
States keep going up, so it's like, hold on, let me think.
Yeah, no, because there's the Texas Oklahoma line. So I have a couple that work in Texas, but their residence is in Oklahoma. So they make all their doctor's visits in Texas because that's where they are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense.
Huh. I'm looking real quick just to see what I can find. Yeah, and that's super frustrating to me. And that the states do this because we wanted state rights. I get it. It's the country, and it's the country we live in, which is a little bit of hold my beer. Watch this. We do service Alabama.
Yes, we do, Susan.
Yes, we do. Yeah, I mean, it's the state laws don't make any sense anymore because our life is very different. I was talking to my dad about this the other day, and because of the whole car thing. And I said, it's like our practice, the way we practice medicine. We connect with our patients just as well as we do sitting across the room. Sometimes better. You know why? Because people aren't afraid to tell us shit.
Yeah.
They're open, they're honest, they don't care. They're like, hey, here's what people tell us on TikTok publicly.
Yeah. I
You
think it's
know?
better because I'm also not like, if I need to spend longer with a patient, I certainly do not have a boss at my job telling me that I need to be this productive this fast. If I need to spend longer on, we do once a year video visits. If I need to spend longer on a video visit, I can do that. If I need to spend longer texting with someone, there's not someone else waiting for the next 15-minute slot. And so I've got to get out of here, have all my documentation done, have all my prescriptions written, have the bill sent up to the front, have them rescheduled for another visit. Like, I don't have to do all that in 15 minutes. So if I need to sit for longer and take a bit more time, I have the freedom to do that at 11 o'clock at night if needed, like whenever it needs to
Right.
happen.
And you don't have a big lack you have to go fix.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm working on Sunday, by the way. Hope I
Uh-oh.
don't cow.
You'll be
I,
fine.
I think some shit's really ingrained. We are not in California, but Maribel is. It's Maribel Telehealth, Maribel telehealth.com. She, Nikki Baldwin, and I talk on the regular. And we all do care very differently, so it's not exactly the same, but it's a really good person that we trust. And I think between the three of us, between Nikki, Maribel, and AMS, for me, I feel like, and Pomegranate was good. Like they're good too, but I kind of feel like these are the people that I know, like, and trust well enough to, like, I know them, you know? And now I'm antsy about referring people to other places because I don't know them well enough, right? Pomegranate was nice, but does that mean they're going to provide good care? I don't know that, and I can't promise that, which means I'm probably not going to refer.
Yeah.
So Jenna, I can't bring anybody else on because we're only at an hour today. So I got to make sure we get through the rest of the questions. Did we miss anything?
Well, just Hopeful Mom was asking if we're working on getting Georgia. I don't know if anybody's currently working on Georgia.
It's not. So that's one of my projects, is doing research on all of the states and what they all require. It's a lengthy project. So we are looking at all states and kind of looking to see what are our next most logical steps. Because it quite frankly, it is very expensive. It's very timely to get extra states. So we need to do it in a stepwise fashion and in a fashion that makes the most sense. Like, we have sub states we need to build up. Like, it took a lot of time, and then we have like 2 people in those states. So we need to build those states up some. But we will definitely, all states are up for options, I will say right now, except there's a couple that have some tricky rules that we're like, okay, can't do that.
This is the
But
Carolinas and then California are kind of.
yeah.
Yes, Carolinas, California, Connecticut, and Oregon will not be on our list.
Oregon cannot have that many physicians. They should be open arms for telehealth.
They're one of the people that you actually, I think New Jersey's another one. I'm sorry. Because you have to have and those are the ones you actually have to have a physical location in the state. And it's all for paying taxes. They want you to pay more taxes.
Yeah.
So the physical location, I'm sure, can be a shared office type thing,
Yeah, probably.
But it's just very weird. It's just some states allow providers from another state to provide telehealth services if they share a common border. Okay, that's my interesting reading for right now.
Oh, I know one thing that came up this morning, brand new on the text lines. There was someone that said they were switching because there's another group that doesn't charge a provider fee. So if there is a group that isn't charging, so we charge a separate provider fee and then medications are separate. It's not all bundled together. So if there is a group or a practice that is not quote unquote charging a provider fee, make no mistake about it, it's bundled in there somewhere. Like you can't do business without charging something.
Yeah,
The
well,
math
that's
ain't math.
the point,
Like,
right? Yeah, if you're, so it goes back to that, why do you mark up your meds? Amble doesn't charge a provider fee. Yeah, they do. It's in
Yeah.
there somewhere, whether they mark up their meds enough to cover it, that they have to pay money.
Yeah.
And I actually now have a spreadsheet with the med costs there, so I can, so if they don't charge a separate provider fee, it's, sorry about that, my alarm just went off. If they don't charge a separate provider fee, that means it's bundled in somewhere. They're not volunteering.
Yeah. And if you're ordering meds from a pharmacy and there is no provider involved and you're just straight ordering meds from a pharmacy, that's something to really question. Just all around.
Illegal.
Yeah, and who knows what you're getting because they're willing to practice illegally and send you medications without a prescription.
So Amble advertises that they don't charge a provider fee. Now, I wonder if that's for the first visit, because we don't either.
Yeah.
For the first visit. First visit could be a month long. We have no idea. Like, until you
Yeah, they
make,
might just be, oh, good.
go ahead. No, you're good.
They might just be every time you get a refill, they're charging you a little bit more for their meds and including it that way.
Yeah, because they're not volunteering. I
Yeah.
need to,
Yeah.
There's,
No, I mean, the other things that we offer that, we don't mean to be optional. We're here an hour on Tuesday. Our patients have a separate Wednesday evening just for our patients for an hour. There's 3 to 4 providers there most Wednesdays that you can talk to for an hour. We have a patient-based website that is just for our patients that offers a bit of a kind of a group support environment. You have unlimited text access for symptom management, nutrition help, urgent care visits that can apply to telehealth. Occasionally, we have to tell someone to go be seen in person, but we offer a lot more than just a GLP-1 prescription.
I think the urgent care thing is a huge plus because like
Yeah.
you could just message us on your regular line, and our staff, if we don't answer first, like tries to get extra information, so we literally can get on there and treat you.
Absolutely.
The last day, I did a ton of urgent care stuff yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for example, this weekend, someone messaged at like 3 o'clock in the morning. At 4 o'clock in the morning, our support staff reached back out to them, obtained the information that needed. So when I logged on, I had the symptoms, the allergies, current medications, a pharmacy, and could just immediately treat the patient and message the patient. It was all done via text. They probably rolled over in bed at 3 o'clock in the morning with something going on and reached out and got it handled.
so I'm on Amble's website, and they have licensed providers in all 50 states except Mississippi or Louisiana. So come to us. They have a 3-month contract that you pay for your monthly fee in their 3-month contract at Amble.
Yeah, a couple mom was saying Emerge, if you cancel with them, you have to pay a doctor fee, which means they have a fee somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The cancellation fee, that's awesome.
That's weird. Like, so on now I'm looking on the Amble website. Weight loss injection home kit. Yeah, that sounds all fancy, right? Yeah, we're not that fancy. You just get your shit from other people. It requires an assessment of your medical history by an Amble medical provider.
So someone looks
Okay.
over your stuff and says, "That's we're good to go."
Yeah.
Maybe they might have AI doing it. You don't know.
Shit, that would be terrible.
Yeah, that's one place AI doesn't need to get involved.
Yeah, they're not. They don't use AI for prior authorizations, I'm sure.
Oh, I wish,
Uh-uh.
now that's something that AI should really take over.
I'm sure they're doing it, but the AI is already saying cancel. They've trained it to cancel everything. No,
Sure,
Yeah.
it's really,
deny,
a
deny.
really easy algorithm.
Yeah, it's the easy button. No, 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 no.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, hopeful mom, let me add to this. Like you guys you can cancel with us anytime. You could join us for a month and not like us. Like, yeah, it's just not it. And you can leave. I don't want anybody to do that because they only tried 1 month of the meds and it didn't work. We're not an effective dose. And that's fine if you leave us and go somewhere else and try it. But I think you people who do like a month or two and quit because they don't feel anything are missing out on a tremendous medication. So I don't care if they leave us and go somewhere else, but I'd still like them to try it.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, hold on. So there's Emerge Telehealth and Emerge Weight Loss. Is it the same company? It is not. Oh, wow. There's also Emerge Telehealth in the Middle East. This is interesting. Don't use it. Don't use a name like that. Now nobody knows who you are. Okay, sorry. Um,
So it's me, Catherine. Every place that prescribes medications has to have a provider. Yes and no. So they may have a provider that is associated with them, but they don't do anything. Kind of like the drug pill mills used to be. The doctor would just sign a majillion scripts and leave in the office, and then someone else would write, oh, what do you want? You want Vicodin? Here you go. Doctor was never involved. They just had blank scripts. And I'm sure that's going on with this as well.
Oh, I'm sure.
okay, so Emerge looks good. I'm looking at their website. They have a nurse and they have a doctor, a nurse, and an NP.
Okay.
Yeah. Emerge weight loss in Florida.
Yep. It looks like they only do tirzepatide, which is cool. They wanted to simplify. And I mean, I get that.
Good drug.
Yeah. I mean, I totally get that. Pricing. Okay, now I'm confused. Okay. But it's okay. $15. I don't know. I'm confused. This is why we don't put our pricing on our website. And you know
Well-
what? I actually talked to people on Reddit about putting our website on there, but they won't put it on there, I don't think, because we don't have our pricing on our website.
Oh, well,
You want to give them the other link?
I mean,
I think if you
It-
talk to
it-
the mod and say, hey, we don't put it on there because it changes and this is where we
Yeah.
update it constantly.
it changes. And I mean, bottom line, we knew from the beginning, well, we tried to be the cheapest out there and we could be, but we couldn't give service the way that we want to give service and be the cheapest. So we knew from the get-go, we're not going to be the cheapest out there, but we offer a ton of service for less than what many other providers charge. And that's, you know,
Yeah, and if you, I mean, even if it's like your first time here listening to us, we've had lots of patients come to our like these meetings, learn a ton of stuff, and then switch because they're just being kind of given a vial of meds and say best of luck with no coaching, no additional help, and they find more success with us.
Yeah, a lot do.
Yep.
I mean, that's why people show up.
Oh.
You're $379 for 7.5. You're gonna make me find my website, aren't you?
All right, so it can vary per state, but we'll just go Link Pharmacy for tirzepatide's 350 for 30 milligrams. Right value's 330 or Axel. Cypress is
Remember, you
340.
have our $89 fee.
Yeah.
So that is not included. Maybe we should put that on our prescription. It says it on there, right? Neil, what's that website?
I don't know. I was going off of school. I'd have to find it in Slack.
All right, I'm doing this. AMSmeds.com. Let's try that.
Ashley, way to go. Ashley's lost 100 pounds with AMS.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
So great. We're so proud of you. And as we say often, yes, these medications are helpful. They're still, I mean, they're pretty magical, but they're not magic. That was a lot of hard work for you, Ashley. That didn't come without hard work. So congratulations. We're very proud that you've done that and
So
glad we could be here to support you.
heck yeah. We were talking about people coming to us. So I just happened to be in triage with one of the nurses who was just scrolling on TikTok the other day. And like you came up and my name came up. She's like, I think I know that person. So she stayed on and watched us and she was asking us a ton of questions. And of course, she's getting kicked off, her meds from the insurance in October. So she will be coming to us. But she's like, yeah, I learned so much from you that I didn't get anywhere else.
And honestly, that's what I would love to cultivate is we are where you go when you need the best care. And I know it sounds pompous. And I don't want to be the best care to beat Mochi or beat Amble or beat, I don't care. Like they don't do what we do. We do this. We are here. No, I don't have a whole fantastic social media marketing team yet, working on it. But you get us and you get a shit ton of care. And I want to be where you go when you stalled, because that's all I see right now on Reddit. It's all I see, or I'm on maintenance and they won't let me get it because
Yes.
it's
My BMI is too low.
it's amstelehealth.com/farm pricing, by the way, PHAR. I found it.
Well, it's the other thing. A lot of docs, like you get to a normal BMI and you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
They kick you off. They won't prescribe anymore. And we're here for maintenance as well.
And it's just a conversation. I mean, we have, Neil and I see it routinely. People pop up and their BMI is on the lower end to normal. That does not mean that we're not going to treat you. It just means we need to have a conversation. We just need to talk about your goals. We need to, we need to talk about what your food struggles are. And
Well,
we're
we need to
pretty,
hear your story. Like your BMI is 24.5. Like you've struggled for the last year and a half and the scale hasn't moved. You're hungry all the time and you've heard about these meds and you're tired of thinking about food.
yeah.
And it's not even like, it's not even they want to lose more weight. They just want to maintain and not go crazy.
Absolutely. Or your BMI is 21.7 and you're like, yeah, but I'm like white knuckling to keep it there. I've worked so hard to get it to this and I am white knuckling and I'm counting every single calorie and I'm obsessing about my exercise and my food and I just want to live a free life. Cool. Just need to have a conversation. Let's work together to keep you at maintenance and living peacefully.
Imagine that. And that's why we are lifestyle medicine, not just weight loss.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, part of my story, the first, and Courtney knows this. I don't know why my dog collar won't beep, but that's not helpful. I went to Sequence and I was 50 pounds overweight. I don't even know if Sequence is still out there. Sequence and Calibrate. We don't hear anything about them anymore. Unless you're going through Weight Watchers, I guess, because they have Calibrate now. But maybe they just branded with Weight Watchers and don't do Calibrate. But anyway, I digress. But I contacted Sequence and they pretty much said, you're not fat enough. We can't help you. I'm like, I am going absolutely in friggin' insane. Like, you have no idea what the last 40 years has been like. Help me. Please, somebody. And this is after I went to my primary care doctor. I went to Sequence. Someone friggin' help me. So, anyway, I'm done. And the platform that helped me was Push Health.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't because of the way they did things, and it's still the way they do things. It just does not work for a group environment. So it forced me to create something different. And I like it better. Here we are.
Here we are. 2 years in.
I know, right? It's crazy. Crazy.
It is. It is.
All right, I'm putting a note on the pharmacy pricing site for our because I'm not going to put it in every picture, but I'm going to put a note in that says this does not include your monthly provider fee in red. So that way people aren't confused.
But does include a technology fee.
Right. You know what? I'll put that in there. Includes our tech and processing fees. Does not include your provider fee. Your provider fee includes unlimited urgent care questions and visits.
Yeah. Yeah.
I obviously think we're the best value out there. And that's just it. We're not the best. We're not the cheapest, but we are the best value. And that's been my goal all along.
No, I mean, I say this a lot because I think it's pretty phenomenal and extremely unique that every week, so 4 times a month, you get a dedicated hour with bare minimum 2 providers, generally 3 to 4 providers, and their different opinions. And you can ask us anything. You can type it in anonymously. You can pop on and show your camera. You get our dedicated attention for an hour a week. And if you count up those years of experience, you just don't get that opportunity really with any medical practice. You just don't.
No. Even just the hour. Like if we did nothing else,
Right.
just that hour is worth it.
Even if we did that once a month, but this is once a week, plus the tic tac that, you could join as a patient as well, but we do that for the public. There's just a lot to offer.
Answer questions for the public and be here and be visible and be of service. Like Neil says, service isn't what you think.
Neil, put your name in there. We need people to follow Neil, follow me, and like and share the live, please.
Yes. Yes. So 5 more minutes. If you have any questions on GLP-1s, we haven't had a lot of side effect questions today. I swear constipation is making a comeback on Reddit and Facebook.
Yeah, it goes in cycles.
It does. I'm like, oh, everyone's poop. No one's pooping again. That's an easy one to solve. So what somebody bashed me on YouTube about, they were like, yeah, AG1 was shown to be a scam. Well, a scam is when I pay for something and I don't get something. And I told them, I said, oh, I'll check it out. Thanks for the info. For me, I can only share my experience because that's all we do out here, right? This isn't medical advice. We share our experience and hang out, right? Answer questions. So I went and I'm like, first of all, it was on Reddit, which I get it. I get a lot of information from Reddit, a lot about how AG1 is a scam and the things that are in it are not proven to produce the results that the supplement says. Like every other supplement out there, 99% of them have no scientific study that produces a result.
Correct.
Period.
But if it works for you,
and it doesn't hurt you, that's the key. Risk benefit. All I know is hey, Texas Spirit's here. I know we're early now. We're at 10 o'clock because we're trying to catch more people. What was I saying?
AG1.
AG1. Yeah. My guts feel better. My skin feels better. I'm actually off of it for these 16 days and I can tell a huge difference. And I'm annoyed. I'm getting there. I got 10 days left. I figure 10 days without it is fine, but I feel better on it. My guts feel better. My nails are better. My hair is what it is. That doesn't really change. Well, it actually does. The collagen is really what makes my hair grow a lot and be better. But I'm off of collagen as well. He says no supplements that are not, no supplements that you don't need medically. So I'm still on my magnesium phosphatidylserine, but that's it. Wow. And I don't feel as well.
Yeah.
So I'm a little angry about it. I'm also not on creatine. I wonder if that makes me, well, the sinus infection is really making me more foggy. That's probably the worst part.
Did you drop any weight off the creatine?
It's hard to tell because I cut out all processed food too.
So inflammation, water anyway. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I did. I dropped weight. I'm back to where I need to be. I'm at 117. Feel great. Physically. I'm hungry. I feel good. I mean, last dinner was perfect. It was eggs, avocado, toast, and cottage cheese.
Yum.
That was fantastic. I was like, thank God.
Yeah. Sounds amazing. Angie's asking if we service Mississippi. I believe we added Mississippi. Right?
We service Mississippi now. We do. Let's see what else we got. Anything else? What is the website for the pricing? So Nicole, if you're our patient, go to school. That website has it has a password. But what I'm thinking of doing is putting a range. We work with multiple pharmacies. Depending on your state, semaglutide ranges from 155 to 350. Tirzepatide ranges from 195 to 615, depending on your state. So I'm thinking I'm going to put that on the website because it at least gives people a range.
Oh, looks like Link is 130 for compounds, like a milligram of semaglutide. That's 130.
Oh, sorry. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so even lower. I thought it was 150 is where we started, but yeah.
Hold on. Let me find Link. Where's Link? Oh yeah, it's 130. Yeah, I thought we started at 150. My bad. Damn, link's cheap
And
Okay.
fast.
and fast. So fast.
Yeah.
So fast.
Oh, I did hear a complaint this week from a patient, and I never really thought about it. They switched from something with B12 in it to something without the B12 to the L-carnitine, and they're like, it's really hard to see in the vial. Or like when you draw it up, they're like, I can't draw this up, and I don't think I'm doing it right. And I've never thought of that.
Yeah, because they're used to the red color. Huh.
Which is super easy to see. That clear stuff's a little tough if you're not used to drawing
Cypress is
red.
clear. The reading glasses go on.
100%. Oh yeah.
I'm like, I got the light on. I got my flashlight on.
All the light, the readers, the whole everything. Yep.
Yes. 7. If you're on 7.5, Nicole. Well, if you're Nicole, are you the Mississippi one? Hold on. No.
No.
Nicole, what state are you in? I'll push the VIP hour for a couple minutes. PA. Okay, so we're in process with Pennsylvania, but we can't take people until we have 2 doctors licensed, and I'm waiting on mine.
But they can go to Nikki.
They can go to Nikki, yes, because Nikki has a collab. She has to get 2 collab physicians, but she has them. But that hypothetically speaking, 7.5, we've got 380, 340, 350, 380. That's a weird one. They're a pain in my ass. Keep going. And 330. So yeah, so those are our prices for 7.5. Oh, do we cover Pennsylvania? We can't, right?
No,
We
I think
have
it's
it.
on the list early.
Because I'm like,
Yeah.
we added that to the med things.
Yeah.
Can't-
Oh yeah, but we haven't. No, because we're waiting on one more license there, and then
Okay, so if you came to us, there we go. Here we go. Yeah, we're not doing them. I don't like them. 330, and they're expensive. 330, 380, 350, one more PA, and 380. So 350, 330 to 380 is what our prices are in Pennsylvania. If my license ever comes through.
mine too. It's okay.
I know. It's okay. We'll get there. We will get
Yeah.
there. You're welcome. All right. We are going to call it a day. I'm heading to the VIP hour.
Enjoy.
There. If you want to get into the VIP, go to VIP quick sign up. And we can run you through quickly and get you into this next hour. VIPquicksignup.com. We can get you in like 5 minutes. So it's super easy. All right. We will see you next week. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Keep going. We got this. And patience, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye guys.
But y'all.